All right. This is your boy James to the O. About to do a one-on-one interview about dating, relationships, and marriages.
Hey,
Yes, and I am here with
Robert Butler the third. Some
Robert Butler III. Nice to meet you, sir.
Hey, nice to meet you, James. Man, you know what I mean. Nice to meet you in at my crib. Usually at my workspace sometimes, but
Oh, see, I'm in your workspace at your crib. Straight out of
hey,
Compton.
sometimes the crib, sometimes the office. You know how it go.
We in straight out of Compton, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
How
sir.
they say it, Bompton?
Bompton.
Bompton.
I ain't gang affiliated. So.
Me either. But yes, I want to start off by asking you, what are your thoughts on dating in today's society?
Whew, you getting deeper out the bat, brother. Dating is tough, man. I mean, thankfully, I'm very, very blessed to have a girlfriend who I've been with for like 2.5 years. You know what I'm saying? My boo, Jason Jackson, out there, if she's listening, she's my baby. So, thankfully, she took me off the streets, and because those streets is rough, man. Those streets is not for everybody. So, I'm very glad that I'm, locked down in the relationship that I'm in now.
How'd you meet her?
Well, we originally went to high school together.
What school?
Went to this high school called California Academy of Math and Science.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in Carson, California, on the campus of Cal State Dominguez Hills. And we met in high school, but we didn't really know each other that much. I was a senior when she was a sophomore, so we had like 2 years apart. But later in life, just sliding into the DMs and reconnecting that way. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
that's nice.
Yeah.
2.5 years, so everything's going good, smooth.
Everything's good, man. I mean, we good. Only thing is we ready to take the next step in terms of moving in together. We both live with our parents, so that's the biggest obstacle, I feel like.
Oh, take your time, don't rush it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was interesting is you never know a person until you live with them.
Very
Because
true.
once y'all live together, you gonna see, y'all both gonna see how y'all both live. Because you comfortable, you get to be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If the person is clean, the person is nasty, the person does hygiene, the person do this, that. Is she the woman of the house, or she's going to be as you be the man of the house?
Mm-hmm.
Now, my other question for you is, how you feel about gender roles? Do gender roles need to be in relationships, or just be yourself?
It's funny. I think gender roles make relationships easier, for sure, for sure. They definitely make things easier. I personally, my girl and I, we don't really subscribe to those kind of things. We do in some ways. Like I open the doors for her, things like that. When we go out, it's really like 50-50, you know what I mean? Like I pay for some things, she pays for some things. And it goes back and forth because, and when we first started dating, I don't want to say I was like the breadwinner. Like we probably both made like a good amount of like equal kind of money because I was at like this full time. I was working like at this like 6-figure job type thing, and she's a nurse. She's a night nurse. So
RN, LVN.
RN, yeah.
She's an RN.
Yeah. She went to school for everything for it, and yeah, she's doing great. You know what I mean?
So she the breadwinner.
Right now she is, because when I was, doing the 6-figure job thing, we was both kind of on equal playing field. But then I got laid off beginning of 2023. And yeah, now she definitely is making, significantly more than I am for sure at this moment. But hopefully my career is gonna come back on the up and up, so we could get back to that more equal playing field. But even though she's, definitely the breadwinner, making more than me, I try to contribute to like as much as I, I'm not gonna let her pay for like everything, like all the dates and stuff like that, basically.
So out of 10 dates, how many dates does she pay?
Probably like 4 or 5. Yeah, I'd have to. If she's listening, I definitely will love her perspective on it. But she probably hits about 4 or 5 of them, and then I'll probably hit like the other half.
I know she said something about 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
I've been asking people about how they feel about 50-50. And some people say there's no such thing as 50-50. 100-100, you put in your full effort as your significant other does the same.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's say y'all were to live together
Mm-hmm.
and y'all both was making $100K a year.
Right. Right.
and y'all live together. Just give me a scenario.
Mm-hmm.
How will the bills be paid in the house? How would that be managed?
And in that case, if we both to the 6 figure equal K thing, equal 100K, you know what I'm saying? I personally would want to live in a world where I'm paying the lion's share of the bills, and she could use that money, the money that she's making, to like save up for the future. You know what I'm saying? For our future together. Whether that's, eventually we, want to upgrade houses. Eventually we have kids, and she want to like, put that money towards a college fund. That's the way I would ideally like to, hopefully, our situation to go. You know what I mean?
So you would be paying all the bills in the house.
That's the way yeah, that's the way I would kind of see it, just because yeah, I guess there is a kind of gender role situation in my mind that's like a little internalized with that. But I feel like, if she uses her money to, if I'm paying the bills and she's using money to, live life, take care of our household, because I
Put
could be
food in
paying
the
the bills.
house.
Exactly. I could be paying the bills, but she could be buying the groceries. You know what I mean? She could be helping with the maintenance or repair things, things like that. Again, that's like the dream. That's the dream scenario I would hope for. But, right now she's definitely making the more money, and I'm like, doing the low key thing. But, we about to
Sometimes you
bounce.
gotta be careful when a woman makes more money than her man, and she's paying for things and everything else because she got it, he doesn't, which is nice. But I also like to say, you pay the cost to be the boss,
Yeah, yeah.
and she's gonna be the boss.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
And wherever she say goes. Knowledge is power, but I also like to say money is also power too. Because let's see, it is being the boss, being in control. You dictate stuff, and you get respect. It represents quite a few things when it comes to relationships. Because women ideally want a man that makes just as much as them or more. Because I like to say this: women seek men superior to them, not equal, and for sure not beneath them. So my other question is: do you believe that men and women are equal?
Yeah. I mean, in the overall sense, yeah, I definitely believe we're all, men.
A man and woman is equal?
Yeah, yeah.
Whoa!
You know what I mean? That was groundbreaking. Nah, but no, we definitely are equal in the sense of like we deserve equal amounts of respect, equal amounts of love, equal amounts of dedication, loyalty. You know what I'm saying? We as men and women all deserve those things together. Now, in terms of like how society sees men and women, that's a different conversation. I think society sees us not as equal. You know what I mean? I think society puts a lot of burden on men. I think society puts a lot of pressure on women in other ways too.
So who has life easier between man and woman?
Man, I mean, historically, I probably say the fact that men don't have to, bear children. You know what I mean? Carry a child. Like
That's only for 9-10 months.
We get it. Yeah, 9 months. But again, if you have multiple kids, you know what I mean? If a woman has multiple kids, that's a lot of pain. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention the breastfeeding and stuff. That said, though, and also too, men has also had it pretty easy. Not easy, but in terms of work opportunities, men have always made a little bit more money than women. So that's also too. But then again, in the traditional gender roles, the women haven't had to pay as many bills too, in the traditional sense. So
I had to say women have it easier than men.
oh, that's okay. Why you feel that way?
The women have it easier than men, and I say that because if you go by tradition, they don't have to go out and face the world and come home. Gotta pay bills and take care of the house and be head of household. Because if a woman lose her job, but if a man lose his job, it's a big deal. I'd say there'd be, depending on what woman you have, she will put you on a shot clock like basketball. Time is ticking. Tell you a story. I was at the gym. at Slauson Park, lifting weights. One guy told me about a story with his best friend met a woman that he really liked. Me personally, I don't think she liked him. Helped her go to school, become a RN. He was a truck driver, big rig trucks. He got laid off. They had 2 kids together, 2 boys. And when he got laid off, this is what she told him. You got 6 months to find you another job. If not, I'm leaving, taking the 2 boys with me.
Dang.
3 months went by, no job. One day he went to his friend's house, came back, she was gone.
Dang. Well, that's even sooner than the 6 months she gave him initially, right? Like.
And then those 6-month period came, he still couldn't get the job that he wanted. Because he was making a lot of money. Because when you hit the road, you come back, you come home to a big fat check to pay all the bills and be a full provider. But when he got laid off, time was ticking.
Right.
And I was upset about it, but then I realized later, that's how it be for men. And the suicide rate for men is pretty high too.
That's very true. That is very true.
Because it's not easy being a man.
Yeah.
Because there's so many things that we have to do as men. Who's the leader between man and woman?
I think it's like you said, whoever make the most money. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because I definitely had some women bosses in my day too, so I ain't gonna act like I have no women leaders.
Well, technically, the man is the leader. The man is the head, appointed by God, the man above. You believe in God? You
Absolutely.
Stuff?
Yes, sir.
Yes. God appointed men to be the head. Now, if a woman is the head, the man allows it. She's running the show and he lets her. When really it's supposed to be him running the show and she follows. Men lead, women follow. So part of the word leader or leadership, it's huge. It's a simple word, basic word, but it has a whole lot of meaning to it. Leaderships take accountability, responsibility. You gotta make sure things is going the right direction. You gotta make sure your woman is good, the kids are good, if any. Whatever's going wrong, you gotta fix it, correct it. Leaders make adjustments, corrections, and changes when necessary. That's what leaders do. And I know it's a lot of women like to say, I want a man that can lead. But when you actually get that man who can lead, and he's trying to correct you on this, change this, do that, it's a problem. Oh, he's controlling. I want a man that can lead that's not controlling. You lost me. You lost me because leaders do have control. Leaders do have authority. Oops, that's a trigger word for many women. Oh, he has authority. He's telling me what to do. You're not my dad. If you marry this man, he's like your dad.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I tell men this. When a man marries a woman, it's like taking custody of a child.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, I mean, that's a big responsibility. You know what I mean? I personally wouldn't go that far. You know what I mean? But you know, I see that logic. I mean, for me and my girl, I think, you know, thankfully we secure, we locked in, and plus we ain't got no kids or no like house or nothing. So like, I can afford, you know, the same, like you were talking about shot clock. You know, thankfully I'm not on the shot clock right now, but yeah, I definitely feel you on the authority side of it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's hard for some women, some men to compromise too, but definitely it's hard to get a woman to compromise on a position that she's locked in on, for sure.
Yes, leadership has accountability. That's a big word for women. And responsibility. I had a female cousin, a mother of 4. She was like, I'm a big responsibility. If a man marries me, he's responsible for all of this. He got to take care of me. He got to make sure I'm good. He got to do this and do that. And I love it. Okay, nice. But with responsibility comes with authority. And I made a post on Facebook, says, He who pays for everything is he who is in full control. You pay the cost to be the boss. She responded, you're coming from an ungodly place. One guy who I never spoke to before, who's on my friends list, he said, he ain't saying nothing wrong. Don't take it out of content. She was like, oh, that's my cousin. I know what he meant. So they going back and forth. Like, you do know men have authority. There's a no, God is my authority.
That's true too. Amen. Amen.
She's right.
Yeah.
God is your authority.
Hallelujah.
And then they talking about the definition of what a leader is. So the man asks her this. Give me one example. Can you give me one example of a leader without authority? Are you able to do it?
Nah.
You know why you can't?
Why?
Because leaders do have authority.
Right. Even Martin Luther King, he knew how to run a crowd, knew how to organize the people to march in that. That's leadership right there.
So when he asked that question and she couldn't answer it, my response was, checkmate. Got you. Because leaders have authority. God's in leadership position, authority over everybody. He appointed man to be leader. He has authority over women and children. Women have authority over children. Children don't have any authority. Do what you're told.
Yeah.
You believe in the Bible?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, now, see, that's why when I asked you about tradition and values and roles, you said what you said, which was good, but I want to help you out along the way. A lot of women don't even know what a virtuous woman is.
Oh, okay.
You know what a virtuous woman is? Even though you're not a woman.
Right. Nah, yeah. I mean, that's somebody who lives, the right way. You know what I'm saying?
You live the right way, and it's a guideline for how a woman could be a wife. That is a secret ingredient. It's in the book of Proverbs, chapter 31. It talks about the virtuous woman and everything that she needs to do. Now, a lot of women are not in touch with that. They doing their own thing, the non-traditional way. This right here is a traditional way, and tradition works much better than modern day. Do you believe in the hierarchy of God, then man, then woman, then child? Chain of command?
I see. I might differ a little bit. I mean, I definitely think God definitely top, and I probably wouldn't put the hierarchy of men and women on top of each other. I probably put them, equal. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna help you out.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess up anything, but
Right.
I'm gonna help you out.
Okay.
Men and women are not equal. They're not equal.
Oh,
Can they balance each other out? Yes, they could do that. Between masculine and feminine energies, they come together, they make it work. She do her part, he does his part, they come together, make it work. Now, as far as equality, like we're equal, we're even. No, you're not. And there are some women that will say that a man's supposed to be above the woman in a relationship. Yes. Because if he's the leader, he's the head, is he not above you? The head is up here. The body, everything else is beneath the head. Now, I also tell guys, don't be too authority happy. Don't abuse your authority. Don't misuse it. Use it when necessary, when appropriate. And then if you lead in the right way and you that good man that you're supposed to be, she will submit to you. Because a lot of men have problems struggling with women submitting to them because they don't know how to lead. That leadership word is big.
Right.
It's a whole lot of things you have to put on display for her to be like, okay, I could follow his lead. I could submit to that.
Yeah, I think that's one thing with men. We definitely have to know that women want somebody who is confident, who's in charge, who can speak their mind and not be afraid to speak their mind. I think that is an attractive trait for a lot of men. I think a lot of people in our generation don't possess, for sure.
Oh. So, is there any other things that you believe that women look for in a man that you didn't mention?
Yeah, I think what you're saying is definitely there too, and I think women look for patience too. You know what I'm saying? I think patience too, because I think some a lot of women they move at their own pace. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And some guys move it. Some guys like to rush things along, move things fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think like patience is something that like women, especially when you're talking about having sometimes disagreements with your spousal partner or with your partner. Sometimes patience is really all it takes. Sometimes men do try and abuse that authority and try and be like, "Yo, let's get over it. Let's wrap it up." You know what I mean? Which is, I think women just appreciate somebody who's gonna be like, "All right, let's take our time with this." You know what I'm saying? Like, let them deal with their emotions, and then we'll come back to it in like a couple days. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Should a man have emotional intelligence?
yes, I think that's the biggest thing that's missing in in the world. Now, granted, I definitely think a lot of times men operate on a more logical standpoint, and sometimes women act a little bit more emotionally. You know what I'm saying? But I think as if men, if we want to understand like how to handle situations better, let's have a little emotional intelligence. Let's be mature, and listen. Let's when like I think we'll also have to give both sides the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? Like, if your girl catches you. By the way, this is not me. Jason, if you're listening to this is not my situation. Definitely not. Let's say like if a dude gets caught,
Cheating.
or not cheat. I want to go as far as like being in bed with somebody, but like let's say doing a little something in the DMs, right?
Or staring at a girl wearing a hot dress.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully your girl's not gonna look at you and be like, "Yeah, this is over. You done cheated." Da 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 da. Now, if you go and stick you meeting somebody, you know what I'm saying? That's different. But all that to say, patience, compromise. That's what men we gotta practice, and also just understanding each other. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's also. I feel like that's not even a good trace. Is just being in a good relationship. That's also a trace of being a good leader too. Because when you operating with people who you're leading, you want to hear them out. You want to be able to get those ideas and be like, all right, this is your idea. This is my idea. Like, let's make these ideas work. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know. Does that kind of?
Yes, that's good.
Yeah. Hey, you're the relationship expert, so I'm just trying to give you. I'm just trying to say what's on my mind, but you tell me if I'm kind of on the right path or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and then the woman is the helpmate. I even told my woman, I said, look, you think women are prizes. Nowhere in the Bible does it say that a woman is a prize. Nowhere in the Bible does it say that us men, we're the prize. But it do say that a woman is a gift. You are a gift from God to a man for that man to take care of. To love, to protect, to provide, to look out for. Someone give you a gift. How would you care for that gift?
I mean, I care for everything, to the even the smallest thing I get. Even if it's like a little pack of baseball cards, I'm gonna take care of it. So if somebody as important to me as my lady is Jason, my girl, and then I'm definitely gonna do everything I can to like do more than right by her. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's your gift.
Yeah.
You gotta take care of your gift. You gotta look out for your gift. You gotta love your gift.
Right. So I gotta ask, wait, how long you and your lady been together?
We met in 2018.
Okay.
Relationship official as of 2021.
Okay.
Got engaged the same year.
Nice.
And then 3 years later, marriage.
Okay. Oh, so y'all married right now?
Marriage.
Okay. Oh, that's the ring right. Okay. I see you.
Marriage.
Show him that mug. Yeah, boy.
Newlyweds this year.
Okay, that's dope. When did y'all get married?
We got married 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Oh, shoot. Brand new marriage. Okay.
Brand new marriage.
All right.
Going great. Love it. Of course, it may has little bumps and rolls. I mean, what relationship don't?
Right.
Because I have to teach her the game too. Like, you've been in these relationships. You my very first ever relationship. I know that's bad, huh?
I was gonna say you married your first relationship, right?
First girlfriend, first fiance, first wife.
Ooh, yeah.
Because she was different from everybody else.
Oh, she really special.
But I knew she had the potential to understand and follow my lead and listen to me. I'm the youngest man you ever dated. All the men you date are older than me. You're older than me.
She's old. Okay.
So all y'all older than me. But here's the thing. Out of all the men that you've been with, dated, whatever, they never led you to the Bible. They never led you to God. Why not? Why they have never done these things? Oh, because they're not good leaders. They must don't follow God. And I advise any woman out there, if your man does not follow God's lead, what you following him for?
Hey, amen. Amen. Hold up. I'm not no pause on that one, man. God damn, that's embarrassing right there.
That's why I said the chain of command is real simple. God, man, woman, child. Children, submit to your parents. The lady, submit to your man. Man, submit to God. God is the ultimate leader. Look at it as a triangle. God's up here. God is up here, and you two are right here. And then also biblically, it says that for both wife and husband to submit to one another in reference of Christ, of the Lord, y'all both gonna come together and agree that y'all gonna submit to God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do
both
agree
go-
with, because I think, yeah, you're right. Like you were saying, like, you know, women submit to men, but I think if a woman submits to God more than anything, like, then you're in really good shape, because now she knows the word, hopefully just as strong as you do, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the very next sentence says, wives, submit to your husband as unto the Lord. Some versions will say, wives, submit to your husband because he is the head over you. Because again, God appointed man to be the leader, the head. And then it says, for husbands, love your wife like God loves the church. So you got to love her, protect her, look out for her, make sure she's good, you care for her,
Right.
all that.
Be loyal to her. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And then when you marry, you are as one. You're like this. You are as one. And then your spouse is your next of kin. Not your mama, not your daddy, not your brother, sister, auntie, uncles, grandparents, even your own children. Your next of kin is your spouse. I know it's a lot of marriages, they put the kid first. Got a newborn, he's or 2 years old, or 3 years old, 4 years old, we put the kid first. But then it takes away the intimacy, the interaction, everything between wife and husband. Like, you forgot that you have a spouse because the kid is so much of a distraction to you. And that's how some divorces happen.
That's how some divorces
And then the kid sees mommy and daddy break up, and then it hurts the child. That's why I say your next of kin is not that child, it's your spouse. Yes, attend to your child, but don't be so much my kid first, to the point where you forget about your spouse. Because again, can't stress this enough, your next of kin is who?
Spouse.
Your spouse. Because that kid gets older and get grown, bye mom and dad, and live my own life and find my own mate. And guess who you stuck with? Your spouse. So yes, a lot of men don't want to marry because it is a life-changing thing. You do have to make a whole lot of adjustments, and all the friends and your homies that you hang out with, you're going to have to sacrifice some of that. I have 2 old neighbors. They be like, oh, he's tied up with his wife. He tied up now. He ain't got time for us. I said, I got some time for y'all. But just know, my wife come first.
Yeah.
And my wife feel the same way. My husband come first. So I told her before we got married, look, this is how it's going to go. See, this is me calling the shots. Let leaders do. It's never easy to be a leader because things fail. Guess who gets the blame? The leader. She pointing at you. Women don't take accountability. I'm not a leader. It's his fault. I didn't do nothing wrong. It's his fault. I hear that a lot too. And then you got to talk to the man and be like, hey, this is what you need to do. And he does. He be like, dang, that was right. How'd you know? I study this. So I told her, said, okay, look, you know that a woman is a gift, not a prize. As a helpmate. See, a lot of women look for men to be helpmates. Do you know who's
So
supposed to be the helpmate?
what's a helpmate? What does that mean?
Helpmate is the person that helps you. So who's supposed to be the helpmate, to be technical between man and woman?
Again, I would say we both help each other.
That's good that you help each other. But if you really want to be technical, it says that the woman was created through a man's rib as a gift to a man as a helpmate. So she's supposed to help you. We brainstorm ideas of what we want to do. And we get those brainstorming ideas to the woman. And the woman puts it all together and gives you the blueprint. That's her being a helpmate. Something that you need done. Because you can't get to her, you can't do, you got this going on, that going on. That's where she comes in. When you down, she's up. Superman is down. She put on a Superwoman costume. I got this. And then once you get back up, she help you get back up. She can sit back down and you be the Superman you're supposed to be.
Yeah. Now that I'm definitely, you know what I mean, I agree with, you know what I mean? Because I mean, my girl, she seen me at my highs, she seen me at my lows, you know what I mean? We traveled to different film festivals, you know what I mean? We did one, you know, because I'm a filmmaker. So I did one, we did Essence Fest last year in New Orleans. And you know, my baby, my boo, she really helped out in terms of like helping us book the trip and going out there and really having a good time at Essence Fest. You know, she definitely took on the majority of that cost for sure. So, you know, and but then I try to hopefully find ways to pay it back in terms of like I mentioned, you know, paying, you know, doing dates and doing things, even with my laptop, because when I at my old job, you know what I mean, it was like I said, I worked for this like media company that did like advertisements and also e-shopping for like, they did basically merging like e-shopping and video kind of situations. And I was really one of their first employees like ever. So then they had, you know, they handed me a new laptop, you know, when I started. And when I got laid off, you know, they take away your stuff. So they locked me out. So I had to go back to use my old laptop, which I had like when I started college in like 2016. And that mug literally pooped out on me within 2 weeks. So shout out to my baby, you know what I mean? Again, RN, super, you know, down and just super amazing woman. She actually caught me this laptop right here too, you know what I mean? Right when I needed it, right when my old one crapped out. So it was like, you know, she definitely held a brother down in ways that, you know, is unimaginable. So I definitely always like, shout out my boo, shout out Jason Jackson, my baby.
Jason?
Yeah.
Jackson.
Yeah, Jason Jackson.
JJ.
In fact, I always keep, that's why in the studio I keep this little image right here, is when we got together January 24th, 2022. And that's,
I fell for you.
Yeah, she made that for her brother, and I had to hang it right in the center of the office, because really ain't a lot that.
Is that the night she fell for you or you fell for her?
So now we fell for each other, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Now we fell for each other, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's, you know, yeah, that's almost 3 years at this point. Oh my God. But yeah.
I've been together 2.5.
Yeah.
So 3 years is coming.
Yeah, 3 years is coming. Yeah, so that's why I'm really trying to put my best foot forward, you know, make my next career step so I can, like, you know, again, she's been a superwoman for like the past year and a half, you know, or since beginning of 2023, so like 2 years almost. So I want to like get back into my Superman, you know, stance and get back to where I want to be too. So I definitely, big shout outs to the Ride or Die ladies, the Ride or Die partners who are like with you, you know, when you're low and stay. What's that 50 Cent bar in 21 Questions? It's like, what did my man say? He said,
if you love me now,
yeah, he
I was down and I'm out.
Yeah,
you still
got love for me,
yeah, girl.
Yeah, exactly. Easy to love me now. See, that's what I'm saying. I relate to that song because she held it down even when I was down. You know what I mean? So I feel like, hopefully, men, if you are looking for a relationship, find you a partner who's gonna be there for you like that. You
yes, she's a helpmate.
Yeah.
She helped you out with a computer.
Yeah.
She helped you out when you needed help.
Mm-hmm.
She's there for you.
Mm-hmm.
She supports you.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
These are the ingredients of being a wife.
Mm-hmm.
And she's showing you.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, sir, you don't take too long to put a ring on it.
Right. Yeah.
If you don't, somebody else will.
Somebody
You're
else
going to be
will.
like, oh, there go my baby. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like what Beyonce, if you like it, put a ring on it.
Yeah. That part.
Don't be mad because he want it. You like it. She want you. You like her. You want her. You put a ring on it before she goes somewhere else. Because women want that Prince Charming and Cinderella type story. They want that. They want to be a wife. They want to be like, oh yeah, see this girl. Hey, I'm married. Nice bling showing out, showing to her homegirls. But yeah, that's good that you have a good one. So my woman, I have to teach her biblically. Because again, like I told you earlier, the men that you were dating didn't do this. I'm doing this. I took you to church. And some stuff the pastor be saying, I be saying it to you too. It's like, you're not getting away. Like, I'm trying to teach you the right way. And then once you get the hang of it, you be like, oh. Like, yes, don't worry about the bills. You stressed out financially. So when I asked about 50-50, I was really talking about bills in the house. Never go 50-50 with the woman in the house. Paying bills. Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Why do you feel that way? Why do you feel that?
Why? Because you're going to lose leverage as a man. She's not going to look at you as head of household. You are a contributor. You're a roommate. Roommates go 50-50. This is your woman that she's supposed to take care of anyway. Pay all the bills in the house. She want to contribute? Great. Go grocery shopping. Because women love shopping. She can go grocery shopping. Put the groceries up in the house and let her put where she want to put things at. Women are organizers. They make a house a home. They want to decorate, doing certain things they want to do. She's cleaning around the house, cooking, cleaning, doing laundry, doing the lady thing. Let her do the woman thing in the house. Don't have her take out trash, though. But they have her do the other lady stuff in the house. That's part of her being a virtuous woman that every man looks for. Some women know how to sew with nails, needles, stuff, really sew clothes. That's back in the old days when grandmama used to do it. Virtuous woman. And then breakfast is always made. Breakfast time. Breakfast ready, honey. You out of bed. Eat your breakfast. Virtuous woman cooking in the kitchen.
That what I will say though, I enjoy cooking a lot, so I might be the one that might be throwing down.
And then once in a while, you surprise her. And you could cook a little something here or there.
Right. I mean, listen, I ain't gonna lie. I make a lot of stuff, so it would definitely be some days like for sure she gonna cook, but I just like doing it off the street. I love barbecue. I love baking. You know what I'm saying? Like those are just all things that I dig doing. So, and plus my girl works at night too, so I know there's gonna be multiple nights that I just gotta feed myself. So, you know, but you know it's different for every guy. You know, I do think. Men at the bare minimum, we gotta at least know how to cook though. We gotta at least know how to make ourselves something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes, gotta make something.
We're not gonna. I'm not saying we gonna cook every night, but we gotta know how to hold it down. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. Now, how important is sex and intimacy to you? What percentage would you give it?
I mean. Yeah, I mean it's pretty important. I don't know about a percentage.
50%, 40%, 60%.
Like like 60% being like how much it.
How important is it to you
compared to other things though? Like,
yeah, you can say that.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I'll probably say like 40, 50%, something like that. You know what I mean? I definitely think. That's a huge part. That's probably one of the biggest parts. And I think there are other factors that like are huge parts for me too. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, definitely one of the biggest parts, if not the biggest part. Yeah, for sure.
I like to say sex and intimacy is 70% of the relationship. I know that's a big number. I've heard somebody say 80. I won't argue that call, but I should say 70. So I used to say 60. And I thought about it, I said, no, it's bigger than that. 7-0. And the reason why I say that, because if the sex and the intimacy is not there, your relationship will crash.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
If the sex no good, you're gonna be in some trouble. Because you can have great sex and there's no intimacy behind it. Y'all like sex buddies.
Right.
Sex
Friends
is
with
amazing.
benefits. Right.
But I have no feelings for you. I don't love you. I don't want to caress you. None of that nurturing stuff. That's the intimacy part. Women are nurturers, but they also like to be nurtured too. Do you agree with that?
I agree with that too. Yeah, I agree with that. You definitely got to nurture your partner.
I had done a thing of 50 things that women look for in a man. You named off the few. You want to name some more things that a woman looks for in a man?
Yeah. I mean, you probably know better than me, man. But honestly, yeah, just like I mentioned, patience, compromise, integrity. You know what I mean? They're definitely gonna look for somebody who's truthful. You know what I'm saying? Also somebody who I think a lot of women like dudes who represent something, whether that's their culture, whether that's their religion, like you said, going to church, whether that is their creativity. Like, for me, I wear the fact that I went to film school on my sleeve, and even though my girl's an RN, we relate because we both watch a lot of things. She watches a lot of movies. I watch a lot of TV. She watches a lot of anime. So it's just things like that. You know what I mean? Like being cultured and being not just being cultured, but representing what your culture is. Like, I'm a black man from Compton who likes movies. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
And I have a definitive career path of like, I want to be a filmmaker. I think that is very appealing to a lot of ladies, for sure.
That's good. Now, do your relationship, do y'all go by the Bible? Y'all live relationships biblically?
Yeah.
How's y'all relationship ran?
I mean, we both are.
You're the leader.
Christian.
It starts with you. So how does it run?
Right. I mean, I don't know. So what do you mean by how's it run?
Y'all do it biblically? Y'all do it traditionally, non-traditional? Y'all just do y'all thing as y'all go?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we just do our thing as we go. You know what I mean? Like, we both are Christians and like believe in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? But we just when you say living biblically, what do you mean? Like going to church every Sunday and like?
Not necessarily going to church every Sunday. Y'all both got God in y'all life, which is good, and y'all both following God's lead, which just relates to the Bible. But yes.
Right. So yeah, I mean, I think in that sense, yeah, we doing that. I know if you're saying when you say Bible-y, I kind of think like, are we like not having sex before marriage?
That's part of it too.
I don't.
Well, you don't have to say it, but it's okay. There's a whole lot of people that don't want to wait till marriage to have sex. It's great, especially when you're doing it with somebody that you really enjoy, you really like. That's where the intimacy part is going to naturally come out of you into that person. You got to exchange energies from there. Then everything is great. Sex is great, intimate, loving, caring. Oh, yeah, they're going to stick around for a long time. Because biblically, it say that intimacy brings things together. The little small arguments, the little this, little that. Some great sex will fix all that. Yep, it would.
Yeah.
Oh, she mad at you because you didn't give her any. And you're like, you know what? Come on. You grab her, you get it on, you put it on her real good, and she come out happy and woo, full of life. Now she's cooking you a full course meal instead of make your own food, make your own dish. Do it yourself. Oh, she mad because you didn't make those cheeks clap. You didn't clap her cheeks. That's how big sex and intimacy is. It's a huge deal. Yeah, and there's a lot of women that do base their relationships on sex.
I definitely probably had like an ex who like definitely had more of that kind of situation.
How long did that relationship last? It didn't last that long, huh?
Yeah, it was like a little like a year and a half, basically, like about close to 2 years. Yeah,
I knew it. It don't last that long because it's sex, nothing else.
Right.
It's like, what else do we have besides this?
Right.
It
Not
can't
really
be 100% sex. It has to be something there alone. That's why I say it's Sex and intimacy together makes a combined 70% together and 30% everything else to make the relationship as a whole. Because if you got everything else and the sex no good, like I said, it will crash.
All right. Well, it's very You talk about the intimacy. I almost think the intimacy is a little bit separate than like the actual, because yeah, intimacy. I also think of like you mentioned, like cuddling or like caressing, or even I almost consider intimacy like, you know, holding hands in public or like opening doors and stuff. So like I do feel like that's all part of. That's definitely a huge chunk of it too.
Intimacy is more hands on. I told some men, said women like men who are aggressive.
That's true. Aggressive, confident. I say confident.
Yes, you can be confident, but you gotta know when to be aggressive. In order for you to know when, you first gotta know if the woman likes you.
Yeah. True.
And if she's into you, she's blushing over you, she's smiling and acting all girly when it comes to you, shy. She don't want to take the first move, hugging you, so you go to her and you hug her.
Yeah,
aggressive.
Yeah.
Hold her hand.
Yeah.
Cuddle her.
Yeah, right.
Aggressive. Caress her. Aggressive. And romantic. It's romantic and it's intimate.
Right.
And it's gonna let her know, oh, he really likes me. Yes. And she feels some type of way. All in her feminine energy. How you feel about masculine and feminine energies?
Yeah, it's like you mentioned, they balance each other. You know what I mean? They're definitely a balance, like yin and yang.
The yin and yang, that's good. So what about the ones that be the opposite of what they're supposed to be?
Like
the woman is masculine and he's a little feminine. How does that work? Or does it work?
I mean, it really just depends on the couple. Honestly, there's some dudes who are a little bit. I know, like I went to film school. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I know definitely there are like those. There's like that kind of situation that's out there, but it just depends. You know what I'm saying? Do you think it works?
The reverse?
Yeah.
No. Men can be in touch with their feminine side, the holding hands, the caressing, the nurturing. Those are feminine characteristic traits that women like. So you can do those things, just don't be too feminine. I tell men be 80-85% masculine, 15-20% feminine.
So what do you define as the masculine traits?
Being aggressive, being dominant, being superior, being strong. Now, a lot of women don't want to see their men cry because they think that's weak. But men have emotions too.
Yeah.
So just cry in the car. Cry to your homies. Cry to your mama. Wherever you do not cry to your woman. Oh, look at this punk, this little wimp. He over here crying because of this or that.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute. My close relative died. I can't cry. I can't cry in silence.
That's
what you crying for? Men don't cry. That's weak. Now I gotta protect you. You can't even protect me now because you're crying.
No.
The singer K. Michelle was like, if I see a man cry, that's weak, and I don't feel protected. Huh?
That's different. Yeah, that
Men can't be emotional. Men can't do this. Men can't be sensitive. We gotta be strong and hard and tough. Cause that's masculine. But then there are men that are so masculine that they don't know what it's like to be on the feminine side at all. None.
Yeah.
They have no touch of it whatsoever. He ain't intimate. He don't want to cuddle with you. He don't want to do none of the romantic, intimate things you would like to do. Because he's so masculine that he lost touch or don't have no touch of feminine.
Right. I think those are what you're describing. I feel like are like the extremes on both sides, right? The toxic masculinity and the toxic femininity. You know what I'm saying? Like
toxic.
Yeah, because there's definitely the men who, like you mentioned, like are just solely like, you know, only get in the kitchen, only bend over, like when I say da 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 da, without any kind of like, you know, emotional regard, and that's toxic. Versus the women who, like you mentioned too, like don't cry, you know, I'm the only one. Or there's also women who weaponize those feminine traits and like get overly emotional about certain things and overly, you know, like for lack of a better term, like blaming you or accusing you of like saying, not accusing you, but like putting all the blame on you because of some other stuff. Like I definitely know, like again with one of my exes, like she would, if there was like if she popped a tire like earlier in the day, like somehow I got blamed for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and sometimes when some women do weaponize that toxic femininity in the same way that men weaponize their toxic masculinity in some ways too. You know what I'm saying? So
So I had a video of 50 things that women look for in men. Ooh, it's a huge list. I was like, take accountability. You gotta be attractive, physical and mental, ambition, courteous, have charisma, be dominant, be dependable. She wants to be able to depend on you. Friendly, not too friendly. Head of household, a handyman, a problem solver, romantic, intimate. I already mentioned aggressive. Strong, superior, sense of humor, funny, empathy, sympathy. I had like 50 things. And then someone was like, that ain't enough. There's more. I said, I'm pretty sure there is. Which one would be a therapist, problem solver, because we are problem solvers. And somebody for her to vent to.
Yeah. I feel like that's the
good in
part.
bed. And has emotional intelligence. Oh, there's a whole lot that a man must know and have within characteristics to deal with a woman. And I ain't even talk about money. It's all characteristic traits and mental.
Right.
Because you got to know it, understand it, then proceed. If you don't know how the dating thing go, you're not going to understand it. And it's going to be hard. And then this is how men and women have problems with each other. Now, there are things that men look for in women, too. We want her to be feminine, soft, and friendly, nice, a helpmate. Of course, we want her pretty. Every man wants a pretty girl. But you got to be willing to take care of that pretty girl so she can stay pretty for you. Every woman costs. Do you agree with that?
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, if you're not investing in the betterment of your partner, then, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Every woman costs money. Now, how much does she cost? Is she a 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star expensive? She's one of them stars. So you got to know the woman that you're dealing with and be like, okay, she costs this much. Because when a man spoils a woman, yeah, money's going to be involved. Gifts, other things. When a woman spoils a man, it's easier because it ain't going to cost her that much. Women cost more than men. That's just what it is. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, they spend, some women spend a lot more money on makeup and like those kind of things for sure. And then also, like I said, if you're paying for dates, paying for food, that definitely is the cost. Like I said, my girl, she bought me a laptop, so I can't say that she didn't outspend taking care of me, but she definitely held her brother down. But yeah, in most cases, women do have more expenses for sure.
Yeah, if she's supportive, loving, caring, nurturing. A lot of women these days aren't nurturing. That's kind of strange. Like, that's a feminine trait that you're supposed to be. I was on the basketball court. This one guy said, we need to be more in touch with our feminine energy because feminine energy is power. I said, excuse me? What'd you say? Be more in touch with what? It's 4 of us, we're men, and there's one woman standing there, and you telling us that we all need to be in touch with our feminine energy because it's power. The woman looked at him kind of crazy. I said, no, men need to be more masculine than feminine. And women need to be more feminine than masculine. When you get your blood drawn, as a man, you have more testosterone than estrogen. Woman is the reverse. That's what it's like being in your own energies. That's how it's supposed to be. Not this modern day trying to reinvent the wheel and trying to redesign stuff other than how the way it's designed already. Because the man above designed it the way he designed it. So when we try to do things outside of that, it doesn't work. You have a hard time. Here's a question I want to ask you too. Have you ever seen a video of a woman saying, She looks this good. She got her own money, her own business. She's successful. She got her own place. She got everything going on for herself. She got her own everything. But she doesn't have a man. And she's like, why I don't have a man? I have everything else. I got everything. What's the problem? What do you think the problem is?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times it does come down to the person, you know what I mean, the girl, you know what I mean, because if you know, sometimes if that's the only thing they're missing in life, it's not hard to get a man, you know what I'm saying? Like, men are very easy. It just also depends on what standard she's looking for too, you know what I'm saying?
Well, my question for you is why she can't get a man. She got these things. She look good. She got this. She got that. Why she don't have a man?
Well, yeah, that's her problem. You know what I'm saying? That's her problem. I mean,
well, let me help you out. She don't understand men. She don't understand what men want. She don't understand what men look for in a woman. I tell people this, including women. Men do not care about your accolades and your success. They don't care. It's nice you have it, but ideally, they look for the other intangible things, which has something to do with you as a person, the inner you. Your success and accolades, okay, that's great. That benefits you. Doesn't benefit him. I got a whole pair of Jordan collection shoes. That benefits who? The man. Does it benefit the woman? No. So when people like, oh, what you bring to the table? A lot of people don't even understand what the table is. But that woman who looks good and don't have a man because, like I said, she don't understand men. She don't know what they want and what they look for. Can you cook clean? Can you make a house at home? Do you bring him peace or do you bring him drama and you are toxic? He doesn't want toxic. Does he come home? You always arguing back and forth. He's like, oh my gosh, here she is again. Or are you one of those women that bring him peace, happiness, sometimes quiet, freaky in bed? You're supportive. You're helpful. Things that don't cost money or things that men look for in women. Do you agree with that? Things that men look for in women?
Yeah, no, definitely. We definitely have. That's what we're on the hunt for. Somebody who's going to, like you said, hold us down, but also, ride with us for sure.
Yeah. And a lot of women that are so independent and so successful, I notice a lot of them are more in touch with their masculinity and they're alpha females. Oh my gosh. What do you think about alpha females?
I mean, again, we in a different age. I'm not mad at it. We about to have a alpha female for president. So that's what it's about.
You think she's going to win?
Yeah, I think so. Over Trump.
First female president, Kamala Harris.
Right. It's going to be different.
She started off as a criminal prosecutor, then state attorney general, then a senator of California, VP. Now she's running for president. So no more Trump, just Harris.
I feel like that's the way it's moving. I don't know if you saw the debate last night when we were recording this.
I'm not really into politics, but go ahead.
Oh, nah. It just, she just made Trump. She's handled Trump well. You know what I mean? I like the fact that she don't call him racist and like all that other stuff. She's like, hey man, this guy's silly. This guy's weird. Like, we want this guy again. I feel like that's a good attack.
Have you ever heard of a guy yell and shout out that he's an alpha male?
Nah, I've never heard anybody shout that out loud, like saying those exact words, but definitely I've seen a lot of men present the alpha male thing.
So you never heard nobody say the words he's an alpha male?
Nah, I never heard nobody say that. Nah.
Okay. The reason why I asked that, because there are some men that do say that. And
there
for
are
those who like to remind people that he's an alpha male, just know one thing. He's not one.
That's really what it is. If you gotta say that, if you gotta claim that, you're not really.
Certain things don't need to be said.
Yeah.
Just know what it is and carry yourself that way accordingly and let your actions do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm wife material. How come you're not married then, since you're wife material? And then your character, your personality, and who you are as a person, you letting people know why you're not a wife, even though you call yourself wife material.
That's real.
So it's important that people work on themselves, their personality, their inner self. Oh, I'm gonna get plastic surgery so I look good. This, that. You need plastic surgery on your brain, the mental part, because life is 90% mental, not physical.
Yeah.
Yes, we like what we see, even though it's not real. I want me a real man, but you're not real. Fake breast, fake booty, fake this, Botox, this, that. But you want a real man? Fake nails, fake hair. Hiding your natural beauty with makeup all the time. But you want a real man. What you think of that?
Yeah, man. It's just like Kendrick said. I'm so sick and tired of the Photoshop. Show me something natural, like ass with some stretch marks.
Be humble. Want a girl with real booty and some stretch marks. It's tired of Photoshops, the AI, and all the other stuff. We want. Oh, man likes BBLs and all these cosmetic plastic surgeries. No, they don't.
All natural.
All natural. Natural beauty is the best beauty. I even tell my woman that too. Natural beauty is the best. I don't want to look plain Jane. I like plain Jane. Looks good. Sexy. Yes. Nice. So, any other thoughts you'd like to share?
Nah, man. Nah, other than I love my girl, Jason Jackson. She out there. She listening. If she's listening. I love her. And I do hope that, we are going to take that next step, hopefully pretty soon. You know what I'm saying?
Before you propose to her, you need to ask her father for her hand in marriage. That's a traditional way.
Well, yeah. Her father is no longer with us. You know what I mean? Rest in peace. But I'll definitely speak to her mother about the situation.
That's
definitely.
fine.
Yeah.
And then you give her a nice surprise.
Yeah.
She gonna love it.
She don't love it? Yeah.
She gonna say yes.
Okay.
Y'all for each other. The night I fell for you.
Right.
All right, this is your boy James to the old dating, relationships, and marriages conversations with my boy Robert.
Yes, sir.
Nice having this interview conversation with you. Look forward to having more convos with you, sir.
Yes, sir. Indeed. Looking forward to it too, man.
Yes, sir.
All right. Cool. I'm gonna hit cut on that.